Hello.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hi,
This is
good
DJ,
afternoon.
right?
Yes, I'm DJ.
Nice to meet you, DJ.
Yeah,
I'm
nice to
Harry.
meet you.
Oh, sorry, I'm trying to get some rice out of my teeth
Uh-huh, yeah, it's
because
okay.
I was just having
Oh,
lunch just before
oh,
our
really?
class.
Wow. So how much time do you have for your lunch?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Oh my gosh.
Right. Well, actually, it's my fault because
Hmm.
I woke up a bit late today.
Ah, really?
The past few days, I've been very tired because I've been
Mm-hmm.
doing more work in the office than
Yeah,
usual.
yes. Maybe this week
Right.
is more busy than usual for
Right.
you
Yeah,
this
it's
week. Mm-hmm.
exactly. It's busier than
Yeah,
usual,
busier.
right?
Yeah, busier than
Right.
usual.
Instead of saying it's more busy than usual, you can
Hmm.
say it's busier
Right,
than
right.
usual, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's busier than usual because I have an event going on. I think
Hmm.
maybe you're
Yeah, right.
participating in it too, right?
Yes, yes.
Right. So I've been sleeping a lot these past
Oh.
few days. Uh, I woke up late and I didn't have enough time for lunch at home, so I
Hmm.
thought, okay, I'm gonna go have lunch at the cafeteria in the office
Yes. Yes.
after my first class. So I had my first class earlier at 2 o'clock,
2 o'clock.
and
This is
it
the
was a
second for you
right.
today.
It was a
Mm-hmm.
20-minute class,
Uh-huh.
and then I had a 10-minute break.
Mm-hmm.
So I ran outside. It's actually not done. I still have my food up here.
Uh-huh.
And
All right.
then, yeah, now we have our
So
class.
I'm totally okay when you have eating. It's okay. So we can
Well,
have
I'll,
conversation while
uh-huh.
you eating. It's okay.
Okay, but
Yeah, yeah,
thank you,
sure.
but it's okay. I'll put it
Hmm.
away for now. It can wait. All right, how about you? Have you
uh,
eaten your lunch already?
yes. I ate my lunch at home,
Mm-hmm.
and today is a day off from work.
Oh,
Yeah,
really? You're at
so
home now?
yes, I'm at home.
Your home looks great.
Really?
I thought it was an office.
Ah, really? This is
Yeah, I
the
really like
living
the
room.
lighting and
Mm.
oh, it looks great.
But
Big
very
house.
messy.
Okay.
So I covered the
You think
messy
it's
with
messy?
screen.
Ah,
Yes.
so that's why there's this
Can you see?
big white thing
Yeah,
going
yeah,
down.
yeah. Screen. Projector screen.
Okay. Cool, cool.
Mm.
Is this like just an apartment? Is it your own house, or do you live
Yeah,
with
apartment.
anyone? It's an apartment.
I live in an apartment and I live with my
Mm-hmm.
family members, wife
Mm-hmm.
and a 6-year-old son, and uh,
Uh-huh.
ma- uh, and my wife's mother-in-law. We live
Cool.
together, so we
That's
four.
that's a full house.
Yes.
Okay, so now I understand why you want to cover
Mm-hmm.
maybe a lot of things.
Yes.
But it's fine with me. In fact, I think it's surprisingly quiet for a full house.
Mm.
So I think that's good. Mhm.
Yes. So now my wife and my uh,
Mhm.
son is out of house to meet my
Out
son's
of the
friends.
house.
Yes. So
Mhm. Mhm.
that's why it is quiet and.
Right. Okay. I
Mm.
guess that makes it perfect for our class.
Yes.
My problem sometimes with video classes is when
Mm.
they do it at home,
Mm.
other kids are running around or
Uh,
yeah, it's a bit noisy, but yeah, sounds great.
yes.
Well, yeah. So before we continue with our
Mm-hmm.
lesson today, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you already for telling me about your self and your family, and you
Mm.
even welcome me in your home. Oh, I'm so comfortable here. um, but yeah, is there anything else you'd like to say about yourself before we start,
uh,
or any requests
it,
for our
it,
class?
it's
Mm-hmm.
okay and no special request
Okay.
for the class. Yes.
All right. Right. And then just to reiterate, yeah, I'm Teacher Harry, and
Mm-hmm.
thank you for participating in this event today, right?
Yes.
Is this your first time to be part of this event?
No,
Uh-huh.
I have participated in other the same events with other teachers.
Uh-huh.
So
Uh-huh.
uh,
Cool. So,
last
mhm.
last week I I took part in the same event, but I was not
Mm-hmm.
able to have class with the teacher's name last
Which
week.
one?
Uh,
The Filipino,
yeah,
Teacher
yeah,
Ali,
yes. Uh, what was her name?
Teacher
So,
Steve, Teacher Michael.
uh, so her name was
Oh, her name,
Aoi,
Teacher
Aoi,
Aoi.
Aoi,
Right,
Aoi, Aoi.
right.
So I wasn't
That's
able
right.
to book her class
Oh,
last
I,
week.
I'm. She's really popular.
Yeah, very popular. So
Right.
I waited to book a class at
Mm-hmm.
midnight, but
Wow.
always maybe 2 days or 3 days I
Uh-huh.
failed. But
Uh-huh.
this week,
Mm-hmm.
fortunately, I
Mm-hmm.
am able to book your class today.
Yes. Thank you. It's my pleasure that you're here. Uh-huh. Right. So
Hmm.
cool. So since you've participated in this event before, I'm sure
Hmm.
you already know that you were asked to prepare a topic for us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And would you
Yes.
like to get started?
Yes.
Okay. So which which
Uh,
article would you like to talk about today?
so what about talking about rip-off restaurant?
Rip-off restaurants. Okay.
Yes.
You might notice that I
Hmm.
keep looking down. I hope you understand that I'm just looking at my copy of the
Ah,
article.
yeah,
Okay.
sure, sure.
I've some students think, "Are you looking at your phone, teacher?" No, I'm
Ah.
I'm just checking my copy
All
because
right.
they also gave me the copy printed out,
Hmm.
which I prefer because I can make like little notes
Hmm.
on what I want to talk about.
Wow.
Okay. Okay, but yeah, so
Yes.
today we will talk about
Mm-hmm. Rip-off?
rip-off
Mm-hmm.
restaurant.
Oh.
Now, um, so what I usually do for my article classes
Ah.
is before we start the discussion, I'd
Mm-hmm.
like to hear what you understood from the article so far to know if your comprehension skill for it
Uh-huh.
was good.
All
Okay,
right.
so could you please give me a summary of what the article was talking about?
Yes. In this article, so the article says,
Mm-hmm.
uh, maybe some complaints, strong complaints from
Mm-hmm.
Japanese tourists,
Mm-hmm.
students
Mm-hmm.
about about the price of their meals at
Mm-hmm.
Venice.
Right.
Is it Venice? Yes, and
In
so
Venice. Mm-hmm.
yeah, yes, and the authorities
Mm-hmm.
they also that agree with the fact that restaurants they cost too much to
Mm-hmm.
customers.
Mm.
So
They charge too much to
yeah,
customers.
they
Mm-hmm.
charge
Mm-hmm.
too much to customers. So authorities also want to correct this wrong
Behavior.
conventions, maybe
Mm-hmm.
conventions.
This wrong.
Yeah.
Right. This wrong
So
convention. Mm-hmm.
mm, so and the article also suggests some data or some
Right.
facts from Twitters, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So the Venetian Venetian restaurants they
Mm-hmm.
get very low scores on
Right.
ratings,
Right.
right?
Online, right? They
Online,
have there's
yes.
this website that makes a rating of
Mm.
restaurants and hotels or something, like
Mm-hmm.
places that a tourist can visit.
Mm.
And the restaurant received very bad, very
Mm.
low scores, right? Or very low reviews.
Mm.
Hmm.
Yeah. So
Okay. Is that
yeah,
it?
this is uh-huh. And
Right. Okay.
I have uh, a word
Uh huh.
unclear word.
Okay. You have a
Uh-huh.
word
So
that is
the last
unfamiliar
one,
to you.
scam,
Hmm. Hmm.
scam.
Scammed. Okay.
Yes.
I was actually going to teach this to you, but yeah, right. The word scammed. So before that, do you know what
Hmm.
ripoff means?
Yeah, rip off.
What is a ripoff?
Ripoff means too expensive compared to the
Mm-hmm.
value.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, it's they're tricking you to make something more expensive
Mm-hmm. More
than its
expensive.
value
Mm.
to earn some money from you,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
So a scam is something similar. A
Mm.
scam is another word for trick. Okay.
Mm.
So to give you some other words related to getting scammed, this is
Mm-hmm.
a verb, right? A person who scams is
Mm-hmm.
called a scammer.
Mm.
Okay. And similar to how a person who tricks is called a trickster.
Mm.
Okay. All right. So a scammer is someone who tries
Uh-huh.
to take
Trickster.
advantage of wealthy people to get their
Yes.
money. You know.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that
Right.
question. Is there anything
Mm.
else that you'd like to ask about this article?
Uh, no.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let me give you a few more information
Mm-hmm.
about this article, right? But first of all, I'd like to say good job at your very detailed explanation of what went or what happened in the
Oh,
article, right?
thank
So
you. Mm-hmm.
as you said, there were Japanese tourists. In
Mm-hmm.
fact, they were students, right,
Mm.
who were in Venice, which is in Italy, and as they were having dinner, they were charged very expensively for their food. Do you remember how much it was? It was for four people. How much did they pay?
They paid 1,100 euros.
Right, that's
Mm-hmm.
ridiculous. That's almost $1,300, I think,
Mm.
350,
Mm.
if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Wow, this is like this is my money for 2 months for everything, for my house,
For
for my
everything.
food. Yeah,
Right,
and for them it
right.
was just one night. I could
Yes.
use this money for 2 months, and for them
Mm.
it was just
Mm.
one night. It's ridiculous. Okay. By the way, you might notice here I used this word packs. Are you
Packs.
familiar with this expression to call people packs?
No. No.
All right. So this is another vocabulary word that I'd like to teach you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When it comes
Four
to
pack.
hotel service or
Mm-hmm.
restaurant service,
Mm-hmm.
you might notice they say room available for 2 packs, or uh,
Mm.
this restaurant has a table available for 6 packs. Okay.
Mm.
In the hotel and restaurant industry, they use the expression packs to refer to people. Okay.
People.
Right.
Uh-huh.
So it's good for four people. So the dinner was
Yes.
for
Yes.
4 packs, right? Or for four
Mm.
people.
Mm.
Okay. But it's usually used in hotels and restaurants.
Mm. So
Okay.
can I use it as a plural?
Um,
Plural
yes. It's
forms? Packs?
it's just
Packs?
packs.
Just
it
packs?
it can
Mm.
be 1 packs and
Mm.
10 packs. It's still the
Mm.
same.
All right. All right.
Okay. I don't know why it's
Mm.
packs, but yeah, it's just another way to say people or persons.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm.
Right. Maybe you'll come across this if you try to book a hotel online
Yes.
or you try
Yes.
to make a
Mm-hmm.
reservation.
Mm-hmm.
The person on the phone might say, "Oh,
Mm.
you'd like to make a reservation for dinner? How many packs?" Right.
Mm.
So
Mm.
that means how many people
Mm.
are going to eat.
Mm.
Okay. All right.
Good.
All right. So let's continue now.
Mm-hmm.
After feeling scammed or
Mm-hmm.
after feeling tricked,
Yes.
they report. The police found out about it, as you said,
Mm.
and they realized that's a really bad thing, and we should stop this behavior, as you
Mm.
mentioned earlier, right?
Mm.
I especially like what the mayor said about it. Let me read it, if it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Where was it? Oh wait, I don't think. Here it's on. It
Mm-hmm.
says, "Whoever puts the good name of Venice at risk harms all Venetians."
Mm.
Right? What can you understand from that statement?
Uh, so anybody who who give give Venice
Mm-hmm.
a bad reputation.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
So uh,
What
he,
happens if they give Venice a bad reputation? Mm-hmm.
reputation, so they can uh, ah, that means
You're close. Uh-huh. Yeah.
they can harm all Venetians.
Right. Venetians. Okay,
Venetians.
right.
Venetians.
Venetians are people from Venice, right?
Venetians.
Okay, and
Hmm.
perfect. You actually used the word that I was looking for, right?
Mm-hmm.
Reputation.
Uh-huh.
And the mayor said, if you damage the reputation of Venice
Damage.
as a
Oh, right.
country,
Hmm.
if any person in Venice
Hmm.
damages the reputation of
Hmm.
the country, it
Mm-hmm.
also damages the
Ah,
individual people, you know?
right, right.
To think about this clearly, for example, for this
Hmm.
story,
Hmm.
since this restaurant gave a bad reputation,
Hmm.
no one might want to go here anymore, right?
Yeah, right.
And this will affect tourism industry. It will
Hmm.
affect the restaurant's business,
Mm-hmm.
right? It also harms people who don't even go to this restaurant within
Hmm.
Venice, right?
Hmm.
Okay. Actually, this restaurant I have here, the Osteria de Luca, this is exactly the restaurant that
Ah.
these Japanese guys went to.
Hmm.
I found them because they're the only restaurant in Venice with a very low rating.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So, and yeah, they actually have reports like this that
Mm-hmm.
says this one says air conditioned, but there are some other pictures of this store where you can see
Mm-hmm.
people are putting like bad pictures on their restaurant so that
Aha.
people will be discouraged to go there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, do you travel, PJ?
Uh, yeah, yes, but
Mm-hmm.
but not nowadays, cause
Not recently.
yeah, like I said, my son is I think too young
Too
to
young,
travel
right, to
abroad,
travel.
so
Okay.
nowadays we usually our family
Mm-hmm.
usually travel around the country,
Mm-hmm.
not abroad. But when I
But still, that's pretty
was
good.
when
Mm-hmm.
when I was, I mean, for a college student,
Mm-hmm.
so I had some chance. I had some opportunities to go abroad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
I've
Can
been
you name some
to,
countries? Yeah.
yeah, Europe
Wow. That's not a
twice.
country,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah.
So
Uh-huh.
so like
Which part
England.
of Europe?
Yeah,
England.
yeah.
Okay.
Britain, France.
Britain.
Yeah,
France.
and
Uh-huh.
for our honeymoon, we went to Europe again.
Great.
So at the
Very
time,
romantic.
yeah, we went
Uh-huh.
to France and Czech
Mm-hmm.
and Italy.
Okay.
But
Italy.
I've
Just
never
like this one.
been to
To Venice.
Venice.
Right. It's fine. Okay. Well, I'm happy to hear you've had some experience abroad. You
Mm.
know, technically, I also have an experience abroad because I'm not from the Philippines.
Mm.
You know, I was born and I grew up in another country,
Uh-huh.
and I only came to the Philippines about 7 or 8 years ago now.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So, now in relation to that, right, in relation to traveling, let's talk about these four Japanese tourists
Mm-hmm.
and the scammers. My question is, why do you think they got scammed? Or why do scammers try to rip off people?
Mm.
What do you think?
Cause I think
Why do they
true.
do this?
Yes, I think the restaurant owner,
Mm-hmm.
he or she he thought tourists are not going to coming back again.
Mm-hmm. Are not going
So
to come back again.
yeah, so it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't matter how good dishes are or how much
Uh-huh.
tourists have to pay, because
Mm-hmm.
they they are not going to come back. So
Okay.
uh, that's why the scammer
Do that.
chose
Yeah, chose
those
to.
four Japanese for
Mm-hmm.
their
Okay.
prey.
Sure, and I agree. That's
mm,
definitely one of the big reasons
mm,
why,
mm.
right? If I can add, I think another reason, tell me if
Yes.
you agree, okay?
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, if you're in another country,
Mm-hmm.
the people of that country think you are rich if you're from another country.
Uh-huh.
Do you agree? What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Mm, right.
Mm-hmm.
So Now, I'd like you, since you've traveled around the world, do
Mm-hmm.
you have any experience of being scammed? Perhaps because they thought you were rich, or perhaps
Uh,
because they thought, we're never going to see that Korean guy again, let's go trick him. Have you ever had
hmm.
that experience?
Uh, uh, I'm, but I'm not sure it was a scam or not. But I
Okay,
think
tell me about it.
I
Mm-hmm.
paid uh, I paid too much for a taxi when
Uh-huh.
I was in London.
Okay.
At
What
the
makes you feel that way? Mm-hmm.
uh, just compared to my reason, my reasoning,
Mm-hmm.
my so
Mm-hmm.
so compared to my reasonable price.
Okay. So, tell me about that specific trip. Do you still remember?
Uh, yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
I took a taxi at night,
Okay.
and also the distance was quite a long, but
Quite long.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
quite long, and I remember I paid about £50.
Mm-hmm.
£50 equals to $100, maybe.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How long? Maybe if you can give
Um,
me an estimate. How long did the trip take?
about an hour, I think.
About an hour. So
Yes, yes,
an hour
hour.
taxi ride for $100.
Yeah, hundred
Okay.
dollars.
Hmm. Yeah, that is suspicious.
Mm-hmm. But
Okay.
yeah, it could be reasonable price because it happened in Britain.
Mm-hmm.
Britain
Yeah, their
is,
price is
yeah,
higher.
their price is always high.
Right.
So well, at the time, I thought, yeah, it was too expensive. But there was
Mm-hmm.
no way to
Mm-hmm.
go there without a
The
taxi.
taxi.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
so.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it was an you didn't have a choice, right?
Right.
And yeah, you were not exactly sure
Mm-hmm.
about the scam, right? But I
Mm-hmm.
have a similar story as well.
Mm.
When I first visited the Philippines, so
Mm-hmm.
as I said, I only arrived. Oh, careful! I
Mm-hmm.
only arrived in the Philippines about 7 or 8 years ago,
Mm.
and upon leaving the airport, so I didn't have any family here. I mean, that
Aha.
I knew.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just had one grandma that I've never met before that
Ah.
told me, "Come meet me at this hotel." Hold on, one
Uh-huh.
moment.
Yes. Yeah.
So, um, as I came out, I saw a taxi line, right? So
Mm.
I said,
Mm.
okay, maybe the best, since this is my first time, I don't know the bus route, I don't know the train route. I think it's okay for me to take a taxi,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it's easier because I'll just say the name of the hotel and then I
Mm-hmm.
can meet my grandma.
Yes.
So I took a cab, and I was surprised because apparently the hotel was very near. It was probably like less than 10 minutes
Uh-huh.
on a ride, and I had to pay about 2,000 peso. So
Mm-hmm.
let me convert that really quickly for you.
Yes. Yes.
Is about $40.
$40. Wow.
Right, $40 for a 8-minute trip.
For a me trip.
Right. And
Uh-huh.
then I arrived at the hotel. I saw my grandma and said, "Whoa,
Mm-hmm.
you got here quick. Did you
Mm.
ride the jeepney or did you ride the bus?" Said,
Uh-huh.
"No, I rode a taxi." Said, "Why did you ride a taxi? It's so near." How much did you pay? And when I
Mm-hmm.
said $40, right, my grandma was like, "Are you crazy? It's like $5 to go here on a taxi."
Uh-huh.
Okay. And then I'll ask you the same question my grandma asked me.
Mm.
Didn't the taxi have a meter? Do you
Mm-hmm.
know what the taxi meter is?
Yes, I know.
Okay, but
Mm.
did you use the taxi meter?
At the time, the driver didn't use it.
Okay, so
Just to say, uh, yeah, £50,
right.
like that. Mm-hmm.
Actually, that's one of the indicators, right, that you might get scammed, right? Because
Uh-huh. Right, right.
correct me if I'm wrong, but this
Mm-hmm.
meter is usually regulated by the government, right?
Mm-hmm.
They make sure that it will give you a fair price.
Yes,
But just like
yes.
you, I didn't either. I didn't use the meter. So yeah, it was a lesson learned for us.
Mm.
Now, we have about 5 minutes left in our class, so
Mm-hmm.
I think it's best that we end this with one last discussion. What do you think is the best way to avoid getting scammed?
Best. best what? Sorry.
Sorry, let me say it again.
Mm-hmm.
What is the best way to avoid getting scammed?
Best way. Uh, what about looking native?
Looking native?
Looking native.
That's hard for us if we go
Yeah.
to the West.
uh,
Okay. Mhm.
and before going somewhere, so
Mhm.
it's better to get more information about that location. So
Mhm.
like the price of meals or price of traffic traffic vehicles like that.
Mhm. Mhm.
So
Mhm.
and then we can decide. We can decide this price can be rip off or not,
Right.
right? If we have
Exactly.
enough
And
information. So
right.
if possible, we should prepare for uh, this kind of real life information
Mhm.
before we go. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
So I hope that'll be a good reminder for
Mm-hmm.
yourself also. Then I know you said you don't travel a lot now, but
Yeah.
when the next time you travel, make sure to check online, right?
Yes. Hmm.
And that's exactly why I think what the kids did by going to that website and giving the bad reviews,
Hmm.
I think that was really useful, you know.
Hmm. Hmm.
Earlier we said maybe the restaurant owners try to scam the customers because, we'll never see them again. But
Hmm.
with the internet now, you can have your
Ah.
revenge.
Right. Right.
Right?
Right.
You can say, I ate
Hmm.
here as a tourist and they treated me terribly.
Hmm.
I was ripped off, I was overcharged,
Hmm.
right? And yeah, please don't come here, right? That's
Hmm.
our revenge, and it helps others stop being scammed.
Right. Right.
Uh, I think maybe it's also our responsibility. If we get scammed, make
Mm-hmm.
sure to go online, tell others about it so they don't make the same mistake.
Hmm.
Okay. If I go to
Okay.
Korea, is there some place you'll tell me not to go?
Uh,
What do you not recommend in Korea?
now maybe Pyeongchang
I should
nowadays.
not go to Pyeongchang, but that's
Pyeongchang,
where the Olympics is,
yeah,
right?
it's Olympic place, but
Uh huh.
uh, just these days, Pyeongchang is notorious for high price for tourists.
Really?
At
Okay.
nowadays, yes, yes.
I'll keep
So,
that in mind.
yes, you should
Mhm.
keep in mind.
Okay. And as for me, I don't have a lot of experience, but if you come to the Philippines, don't come to Manila.
Manila.
Manila is our capital. It's really dirty, smells bad.
hmm But I
But
have
yeah,
to
that's
go through Manila first when I go to any places in the Philippines,
right. But
right?
don't stay in Manila.
Uh-huh, all right.
I think you can go directly to Cebu, maybe.
Ah,
Maybe. Cebu,
right,
I heard that
right.
more Koreans enjoy Cebu anyway.
A lot of Koreans are there.
Yeah, yeah. So that's where I got scammed. I got
Mm,
scammed at the Manila airport, right? So yeah, and
uh-huh.
I'll remember to avoid Pyeongchang if I ever come to Korea.
Yeah, but I
All right.
think after the Olympic Games, maybe
Mm-hmm.
the price will become
Regulate.
the average, right?
Okay. All right. Well, I can't go now, so.
Mhm.
And yeah, let's do our research before we travel.
All
Okay.
right. Mm.
So that's the end
Okay.
of this discussion.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. I really liked having this discussion with you today. But before
Yes.
we end, do you have any questions
Uh, no,
or anything
no.
you want to say?
Mm. It's okay.
Okay.
Very
Thank you
good.
very much for this
Yeah,
class,
thank you.
DJ.
Mm-hmm.
And have a good day. I'll go
Yeah.
back to eating now. Thank you so much.
Yeah, okay. Bye.
Bye bye.